So this week, I have another 1960s classic cover in addition to the top covers for this week's New Comic Book Day, with three of them by one of my favorite artists, Lucio Parrillo. Stay tuned for the video.
Anachronic.
Hi comic guys and gals, I'm Joe and welcome to Anachronic Comics. This week's top cover from the 1960s is Detective Comics number 359, the January 1967 issue, which was published in November of 1966. The story was written by Gardner Fox, and the artist for the cover was Carmine Infantino. Now, this particular comic introduced Barbara Gordon, the daughter of Police Commissioner James Gordon, as the new Batgirl. She replaced the character Betty Kane, who was introduced as Batgirl in 1961 by Bill Finger and Sheldon Moldoff. Now, interestingly, this Batgirl was actually the idea of William Dozier, the producer of the Batman TV show from 1966. Now, his idea was to sell ABC on a third season of the show by bringing in Batgirl as a new character. Dozier actually suggested that she be the daughter of Commissioner Gordon. Now, Carmine Infantino drew the storyboard, and Julie Schwartz, the editor, then developed the backstory of the character. Yvonne Craig, who recently passed away, was so successful in playing Batgirl on the show that she almost got a spin-off series. Now, this awesome cover depicting Batgirl running as Batman and Robin swing in on the ropes from either side is really terrific. At the top you read, "Meet the new Batgirl." To her right, is she heroine or villainous? And to her left, what is her startling secret identity? The shadow of the bat below Batgirl frames the enticing title of the $1 million debut of Batgirl. Now, this cover is definitely a classic. Now, a copy of Detective Comics 359 from the Boston pedigree, CGC 9.8 with off-white to white pages, sold this last January for $132,000. Now, based on continued reports of a Batgirl movie or possibly an HBO Max series, Detective Comics 359 has been increasing in value. Now, my copy, right here, is not anywhere near a 9.8, but it isn't a bad copy, so it may be time to do a clean and press and send it into CGC for grading. Now, I have two premium covers this week, and yes, they're both by Lucio Parrillo. The first is Jennifer Blood number 2, the cover J by Lucio Parrillo. It's a limited version and goes for $50. Parrillo captures Jennifer Blood in action, with the background forming an almost Flash Speed Force type of effect, making her appear unstoppable. The next premium cover is just a beautiful rendition of Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. This number 1 issue of Sheena, Queen of the Jungle is the cover M by Lucio Parrillo. It's a limited version and will cost you $50. I would tell you I wouldn't mind having the original artwork for this masterpiece. I have one series to show you this week. The new Hulk series is here, with 32 covers I found, although there's a rumored 33rd cover that I couldn't locate. Let's check it out. Now, on to the honorable mentions. The first cover on my honorable mention list is from Aftershock Comics, Almost American number 3, the cover by Russ Wooten for $3.99. Now, I picked cover number 1 from this series because of its relationship to the Cold War, the representation of the US versus the Soviet Union. This number 3 does the same, with the Russian bear pitted against the American bald eagle, with the Liberty Bell as the apparent prize. Next up is Kang the Conqueror number 4, the cover A by Michael Del Mundo for $3.99. Kang as a cuckoo clock floating above it all with a multitude of clock faces. It's a surreal picture of what Kang is all about. Next is Shang-Chi number 6, the Duali variant for $3.99. Shang-Chi just pops out of the red background, fearlessly attacking Spider-Man, along with members of the Fantastic Four and the Avengers, represented solely by their right hands. I love Duali's interpretation. The last honorable mention for this week is Vampirella number 25, the cover ZD by Rose Bench for $3.99. It's an homage to Alex Ross's Joker Harley cover of 1999's Harley Quinn number 1. Now, in this final issue of the series, Vampirella apparently marries Dracula. Or does she? Now, on to my top 5 covers for New Comic Book Day, November 10th, 2021. Number 5 is the Amazing Spider-Man number 78, the Rob Liefeld Deadpool 30th Anniversary variant for $3.99. Now, I love this action pose with Deadpool and Spidey on the attack. Every time I see these web backgrounds, all I think about is how much time it would take to draw it. Number 4 is Titans United number 3, the cover B Muse cardstock variant for $4.99. This is one of the best renditions of Beast Boy I've ever seen, with a terrific city background and the neon building lights spelling out his name. This is an impressive cover. Number 3 is from Dynamite, Nick's number 1, the cover A by Lucho Parillo for $3.99. Parillo is an artist for the ages. He can do no wrong in my book. His drawing of Nyx, a half-human, half-demon entity, is amazing. She is stunning. For number 2, Action Comics number 1036, the cardstock variant cover by Julian Totino Tedesco for $5.99. Tedesco gives us a classic Superman, uniform and all, fighting in Normandy, France in 1944. Even the muted color of his uniform and background screams old photograph. Finally, my number 1 cover for New Comic Book Day, November 10th, 2021, is Black Panther number 1, the Jun Yun Yoon variant B for $4.99. Just wow! If this cover doesn't scream, make me a poster, I don't know what would. I really don't have the words to describe the power and majesty that this rendition of the Black Panther displays. His stance, with the panther behind him, is just amazing. When I saw this cover, I knew it would be my number 1 cover for this week. Remember to leave a comment on the cover I picked and any other you would buy just based on the cover art. So many covers, so little cash. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, check off that subscribe button. Be well, and I'll see you soon.